Hello, YouTubers. My name is X Factor. Welcome back to another episode of Battlefield 4 Tanker Tuesday. And Thomas the Dank Engine has already claimed multiple lives. This is an absolute epic round that comes down to the wire at the end after the enemy team catches up, because I'm not going to tank this whole time. I'm going to die, play a bunch of infantry, then actually get back in the tank. And this is the push I make sometimes. I take my gimme, I take C. Why'd I do that? Because we had a tank that went D. So I don't want to overload D. I definitely don't want to play the middle road, because that's where tanks can get stuck, because the infantry could just peg you from pretty much every angle. There's so much cover. So it's very important to have DB push going on at all times, and that's usually where I put my tank, that Bad Company 2 field side of the map, and those points are very, very, very close. So if you hold DB and then grab your gimme, enemy team that's A, our team that's E, as I'm getting kind of bombed here because we let some guys through. I'm immobilized. We're going to get some repairs and try to start knocking down some walls as I APS, more than likely a straw. And as you can see, that bend, and work on some recons and more than likely that same straw player, and try to clear that out, because the last thing I want is those guys getting through to our gimme, burning that, then us getting the double squeeze. I talk about it all the time as a tanker. The last thing you want is a flag behind you to be burned towards the enemy's favor, and then them spawning engineers, support, and recon behind you. So remember I talked about that middle of the road stuff? Well, went back to E, checked that out. Now we're trying to push D, but I just can't cross the road anywhere. You're going to get stuck in the train tracks. You're going to get stuck in the middle of the road. You don't want to get stuck on C, and I'm getting bombed from multiple angles. RPGs, straws, smalls, you name it. And look at all the different angles that the enemy team has. They have all these walls, some of which you can blow up if they're hiding behind, or just hit the train car that they're hiding behind that will blow up and basically kill everything on both sides. And I'm trying to pillar here on the bus to protect me, but we did push all the way through to A. One of the problems when playing propaganda is your team might take the D flag or the flag farthest away from you on that Bad Company 2 side, and they just keep going. They keep pushing into their spawn road. And meanwhile, you're losing C and E and the flag closest to you. It's like, wait a minute. Hey, rest of the team, come back and help us save these flags and burn these flags. It seriously happens probably 90% of the time when you get that far flag on the Bad Company 2 side. So that leaves you susceptible and your team susceptible. So we've got 3 flags, right? We're looking good. We're up 60 or so tickets, but this round quickly turns around. These walls you could all bang out with a tank shell, RPG, straw, small, C4, if you're not throwing it directly over on top of their head. So you have to be very careful. You can kill them by doing that, but then also you can give them like this little hidey hole to peek that you now have to worry about that more than likely you didn't have to worry about before. So we're losing A, and here's my concern. Am I overextending myself on this road? Because again, there's all these trains that they can hide behind, the axles, the actual cars themselves. So many hidey holes, so many different angles. So I try to stay on the move for the most part, because I want to bait a shot. Maybe I'll see that trail of where it came from. Maybe it'll hit me, give me an idea of where it came from. And not to mention, where are their tanks? Are they both up? Is one of them down? And that's kind of my job to keep an eye on that. As you can see, I didn't quite finish the job, so I'm trying to figure out where this guy's hiding. I see the assist pop up. He's done. So again, like I said before, you can't cut through at every spot. You have to pick and choose your spots. The question is there enough infantry to support me on a D push? Well, everybody's playing on the train car right now. That is not enough for me, so I'm actually going to back this push off completely and then try to reassess the situation, because the last thing you want to do is overextend your infantry. Those are the guys that are getting the engineers and the people with the sandwiches hiding behind cover or got the booby traps set. That's great when you have infantry support. It's very hard when you do not have infantry support. And oh yeah, we just found their tank. This is not good. Krogon's gonna get out, try to pop an RPG, steal a little bit of maybe his attention as I get hit perfectly in the ass. And guess what? I overextended the infantry. That is my fear of playing this main road every time, and it bit me in the ass. Was I a little delayed on getting on D? Yes. Would I play it the same way? Maybe tweaked it a little bit, maybe try to poke onto D, but between everything going on the train cars, I don't think it would have worked out any differently. So lose the tank. I get out of the tank for, as you can see, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tickets, and it's blinking. I'm like, shit. time to wait for a tank. We're about to get all capped. They're about to make a massive comeback on us because we're up 80, 90 points. That does not matter if they have you all capped. Number one, they've got the ticket bleed rocking against you.
Tank's down.
You're losing a ticket every couple of split seconds. Then they're just farming the shit out of you. So now you're dying more and more and more, not getting revives. So you really got to push back and gain ground because you really want 3 of those 5 flags at any point in time. And again, this is a linear map. Means it's really easy for you to get pinched, and that is not good. So I'm trying to do my best to pillar. Sometimes I play behind cover, sometimes I break check, sometimes I pull up, because if you're pillaring the same way, barely poking out, they're going to be able to guess that tempo and tone and basically lead the shot. So everything from this point on, for me, is about getting on flag, protecting flag, checking angles, setting up crossfire. All the infantry are the interior. I'm going to be on the exterior, so if they do flank my guys, I'm basically going to shoot them in the back, or El Presidente is going to shoot them in the back as he eats the AP in the tooth. And more than likely, he's going to have a pretty sizable dental bill after that shot. Whenever you see support players coming at you, just strictly back up. If they're behind you, just roadkill them, and you might see some hot, squishy roadkill action in a bit. So we're losing C. At this point in time, I usually don't push my tank to C, just because it usually cannot be overly effective. You have better luck going to B and D, but I really haven't been able to do that in this round. I've really been shut off from getting on those flags. And as you see on my mini-map right now, there are guys over my left shoulder, which is not good. If they are engineers, they have the angle on me, and there's still guys behind me. I noticed this. I'm talking to the guys in my squad. Pop APS to buy me a second because I see the tank and pull up to some of these concrete barriers. It's not about staying on the enemy tank. It's about juggling the targets, and that's what we're going to try to do here because there's multiple infantry targets. If I leave them alone, they're going to wreck me. Presidente gets out, gives me some repairs, and I'm moving around because I'm trying not to be a free target. I know that's really, really annoying to reppers, but if you want to help out a tank, get behind him. I'll always point my tank in the direction of the bad guys. So my ass will always be the safe side. And if I back up, I can push you while repairing me. So usually I try to cover the repairer under all costs and even reposition my tank at times. So we kind of saved that push, got a piece of armor down, a bunch of infantry, and I actually blew out the wrong wall to take a little peeky in this newly made hidey hole. So we've got a 2-flag hold here, get some hit markers, got a guy definitely behind that wall, switch over the AMG, HMG, and just kind of spam Marino. And look, we've got another tank pulling out their spawn. This is regular vehicle timers. The one thing you have to worry about in Battlefield 4 on the PC side is there can be instant vehicles, which I absolutely hate in Conquest. That means as you kill the vehicle and all your cooldowns and APS is down, more than likely it's going to be right back where you were in about 30 to 40 seconds, which really doesn't help you out. So here's a move I do not do often, and that's the reason. That SRAW just missed my ass. It would have hit me right, it would have been 50 plus damage and disabled me, but we need every ticket and every flag that we can save at this point in time because we are now down. After having this round on cruise control, we're fighting and scratching to get a 3rd flag. And I'm going to rotate to go over to the main road, and I eat an RPG from the side, doing 34 damage. Wait a couple seconds and pop APS right now, assuming that same guy's going to rechamber a shot or somebody else is going to pile on the damage. The last thing I want to do is have 50 plus damage and be really, really vulnerable to a tank sneaking up or another RPG SRAW or SMAR coming at me. So I was actually going to rotate over to D, but we just capped it. And I know I was pulling up the map major all the time. We have a tank over there making that push. That push I wanted to make all around that I simply couldn't get to because main road was too hectic, too busy. So I'm actually going to sit here and babysit C just a little bit because it's flashing again. So I'm trying to see on the minimap where these guys are at, get a little lucky with a wall kill, get some splash damage, and I could have shot low wall first floor, could have shot high wall second floor, but usually people go up those stairs because they feel it's just a little safer. And there's another kill around the corner, and we are getting hit from every angle, down to 34 health, trying to use everything and anything in my power and stay on the move because if I eat an ass shot right now, guys are starting to flank, they're getting around me, it's bad news bears. No matter how low the angle, it is really gonna hurt. So I try to give myself a spot rep because I've got a blueberry in here gunning, and we're going to jump in the tank just the right moment to hit the 34 damage, almost max damage for a side shot, minimize my damage by facing him straight up, and we're taking all kinds of heat from the building. If there's a corner up, you see something on the mini-map, nail it. You know there's a guy standing there trying to hide, probably recover health or cover a reload. It's all about being able to read that mini-map as we're now getting locked and then sending shots where you think they might be on the actual playing field in comparison to the mini-map blips that you see. So not the best spot to be, my ass facing that law user, but it's just a pesky little law. Dangerous in the right situation or in big clumps of them. Shoot the truck, but he's obviously not hiding behind that, and quickly get back to E. So they made a massive, massive comeback. Hats off to the enemy team, forcing me back into the tank to try to make a difference. Hope you guys enjoyed this round of propaganda for Battlefield 4 Tanker Tuesday, and that 70 bomb though. As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, and we will see you guys soon.